It's another college football offseason, so you know what that means. It's time to argue about who Auburn's starting quarterback will be, because this seems to be the perennial conversation that we have, because we don't have, or it's been a while since we've had a quarterback who's lasted more than one or maybe two seasons. And this year's no exception. And we've had some more drama added to the mix because of comments that were made by a former Auburn running back, Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby made some comments during the NFL Combine about who he thinks the starting quarterback for Auburn should be in the 2023 season, or who he thinks has the potential to be the starting quarterback. And the name he threw out was a little surprising. It was a little surprising for me, and I think it'll be a little surprising for some of you. And that is TJ Finley. This is kind of like the start of the 2022 season all over again, because TJ was the starter until things went horribly wrong. But so let's talk about why. Let me start with Tank's comments first. So Tank said he believes that now the right coaches are in place to help TJ Finley, and I don't disagree with the sentiment. But first, let me tell you the quote from Tank Bigsby. He said, he's a very calm guy. You know, in situations, he never trips. All the adversity he's been through, he keeps going. He keeps fighting. He's looking for more. I can relate to guys like that. He's great. He's going to be great. He'll be fine. He's just going to get around the guys, and I feel like he is now. The right coaches are in, and he's going to do what he has to do. So Tank feels very strongly that TJ is the right man for the job, and he truly believes that now that Hugh Freeze and company are in place, that he has the right people surrounding him to help him elevate his game and be an SEC caliber quarterback, because we just have not seen that yet from him. And going into TJ's third season at Auburn, assuming he's staying around, which it really sounds like he is now at this point, but I guess that will depend on how the spring goes. But going into his third season at Auburn, he's obviously going to want the starting job. So does Holden Garner. So does Robbie Ashford. So we have, once again, a quarterback battle. But the question regarding TJ Finley is Tank Bigsby right with his comments? And based on what we've seen, I honestly think Tank Bigsby is onto something here. Because what have we heard about Hugh Freeze time and time again? And I've heard Mike G repeat this nonstop at the War Report, but we've heard repeatedly over and over again that Hugh Freeze is more or less the quarterback whisperer. And if that's the case, why not TJ Finley? Think about what we've seen from him so far. My frustrations have come in when he turns over the ball and really, you know, he's thrown interceptions, he's fumbled the ball. He's not very mobile, which is frustrating, although times he's shown flashes of being mobile. But the other thing we've seen is that he can be incredibly accurate with the ball. And if he has the right coach in place to coach him up and to help him improve on those areas where he is struggling some, TJ Finley could be a very formidable quarterback for Auburn. I really don't doubt that. The thing that we do know TJ Finley is very good at is he won the locker room. He won the locker room. The guys were behind him, but he lost the job. If we look at Robbie Ashford, I think Robbie Ashford is capable. There's some concerns around his throwing accuracy. There's zero concerns around his mobility because he is an extremely mobile quarterback. But my biggest concern with Robbie Ashford is his maturity. He's shown extreme levels of immaturity, and Hugh Freeze alluded to that as well. But once again, I don't think that's something that Robbie can't overcome. I do think he will. He was young last year, and so while he did show times where he got very frustrated and angry, and when that happened, he kind of lost his game. I think he can overcome that. So I think TJ and Robbie are in the same situation. They can both improve. They both have the correct coaches around them. And really we should see a bunch of improvement from both of these guys over the course of the spring practices and the spring game. I honestly don't know how this is going to shape up, but I just thought these were very interesting comments from Tank Bigsby overall. My question now is for you. Do you agree with Tank? Do you think that TJ Finley, now that he has the right people around him, now that he has the right coaches who can coach him up the right way and coach him properly, is he the guy? If not, what are you concerned about? Why don't you think TJ Finley can do this job? And if you think it's Robbie Ashford, I'd love to hear why you think that as well. I personally think both guys have a chance to make this happen. I think TJ has a higher ceiling on his throwing ability from what we've seen, but obviously that dual threat from Robbie Ashford is something that can be very dangerous, and we saw that multiple times last year. And then the question mark is obviously with Holden Geriner. We didn't see much from him, but now that he's in his second season, might he get a really good look from Hugh Freeze as well? Obviously, Hugh's going to go with the guy that will give him the best chance in winning, because after what we saw from the previous coach, he knows that he has very little time to turn this program around. He's got to do it quickly. So he's going to put himself in the best situation and Auburn in the best situation to win. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit like, and as always, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.